This is the famous singing Bok Tower, and it plays a beautiful song like this every 30 minutes. Hey everyone, my name is Krissa, and in this video I'm going to be going over where this awesome tower is and why you're going to want to add a trip here into your Florida vacation. Let's get into it. The Bok Tower is located just south of Orlando in the city of Lake Wales in Central Florida. This 250-acre sanctuary not only has this beautiful singing tower, but also multiple gardens, a beautiful visitor center, miles of hiking trails, but also this amazing, beautiful estate that will get you dreaming of having a home just like it. This amazing singing tower and the grounds surrounding it was established in 1929 by Edward Bok as a gift to the American people. The grounds surrounding the tower was designed by famous landscape artist Frederick Olmsted, who was commissioned by Bok to create, and I quote, "a spot of beauty second to none in the country." We visited on a Saturday afternoon, and if you're thinking about heading there, they are open every day of the year from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. with some time adjustments if you visit on a holiday. At the time of filming, the cost to enter the Bok Garden Towers is $15 for adults, and children between the ages of 5 to 12 are $5. When you first arrive at the gardens, you'll be greeted by this beautiful visitor center, which includes a small exhibit hall, a gift shop, as well as a cafe. You can also pick up a map at the visitor center, which I highly recommend you doing before you venture out. The first area that you'll most likely come across after leaving the visitor center is the Oval, which is the hub for all of the gardens throughout the grounds. When we got to Bok Tower Gardens, the first place that we went to was the Singing Tower. And the walk to the Singing Tower from the Oval can take up to 10 minutes depending on how quickly you walk through the grounds. But if you're like me, you're probably stopping every few minutes or so to take pictures. As you walk closer to the Singing Tower, one of the very first views that you get is this amazing one from the edge of the reflection pool. This is the iconic shot of Bok Towers that you'll tend to see in everyone's photos, so I couldn't help but to add this into my portfolio. Right next to the edge of the reflection pool vista and hidden behind some bushes is the Excedra. This Excedra was given as a gift to Edward Bok from his friends in a nearby community of Mountain Lake. And the sunset view from here is what inspired Bok's dream of creating these amazing gardens. If you continue on your walk towards the Singing Tower around the half hour, you'll actually start to hear it sing. These beautiful bells will start chiming every half hour, and if you're there around 1 or 3 p.m. in the afternoon, you'll be able to experience a live concert performers by on-site caroliner Gert de Hollander or Wade Fitzgerald. There are different performances depending on the day that you visit, and the concert lasts about a half hour. And did I mention that this is played live, which is absolutely just incredible to me. I have to admit, walking through the grounds surrounding the tower while listening to this amazing live bell performance gives the entire area almost a fairy tale feel. Bok Tower Gardens was built at one of the highest points in Florida, which gives it this amazing view of the landscape around it. This amazing singing tower was designed by architect Milton Mederi and was built between 1927 to 1929. This tower is 205 feet tall and made of pink marble and kachina, and has a neo-Gothic and Art Deco style. There are 60 bronze bells within the tower, and they are played by a clavier in the playing chamber near the top of the tower. Within the tower itself, there are several rooms, from the founder's room, archives, water cisterns, a workshop, a library, studio, a playing chamber, and of course, the bell chamber. Only members of the gardens at the donor level and above are allowed to tour the inside of the tower on one of only 4 tours that are conducted throughout the year. Before leaving the grounds of the Singing Tower, don't miss your chance to get a closer look at the Toro, which is a Japanese stone lantern that was gifted to Edward Bok for his efforts towards world peace. Mr. Usaburo Tsujita, who gifted the lantern, was an attendant of Mr. Bok and only had one request when it arrived in 1955, that it be placed within sight of Bok's grave, which was located at the foot of the place that he loved the most, the Singing Tower. After leaving the Singing Tower, the next location that we headed to was the Pinewood Estates and Gardens. This beautiful 20-bedroom Mediterranean-style winter home was built in the 1930s by Austin Buck, who was the vice president of Bethlehem Steel. This house was one of the finest examples of Mediterranean homes in Florida, and you can usually tour the home with an additional ticket. However, at the time of filming, all tours of the mansion has been postponed until further notice. However, the grounds of the Pinewood Estates are absolutely beautiful and definitely worth exploring. Just a short walk from the Pinewood Estate is the 1929 dedication by Edward Bok, which is located at the original entrance to the gardens designed by Frederick Olmsted. From the dedication, we made our way to the Wetland Boardwalk. This 170-foot boardwalk walks you through a recreation of the wetland prairies and the bog. From there, we made our way to the Wild Garden, and this garden showcases Florida native plants and wildlife in a series of different ecosystems. On the other side of the pond from the Wild Garden is the Window by the Pond, which is a small observatory where you can overlook a pond ecosystem. If you want to slow down for a bit, you can spend some time here and keep an eye out for birds, butterflies, and other animals as they make their way around their own natural habitat. From the Window by the Pond, we made our way over to the Endangered Plant Garden. This display has over 30 rare plants from all around Florida and showcases these species that Bok Gardens is working to protect. One of my favorite areas of the gardens was the outdoor kitchen. If I could replicate any area of Bok Towers in my own backyard, this would definitely be it. I would love to have a garden that looked like this. And here they offer a number of different educational activities throughout the year, and you'll have to check the guide for details to see if any of them are being offered while you're there. If you're bringing your kids along with you, they also have a children's garden where your kids could step through this miniature keystone gate and into a world of adventure. There are plenty of places to climb, crawl, build, and create. One of my favorite places in the children's area was the fairy garden. It had a number of fairy houses as well as this oversized bird's nest where you could sit in it and feel like a fairy yourself. On the way back to the Visitors Center, we walked by the Pollinator Garden, which was located right next to the Oval. This wandering path walks you through an area that is completely dedicated to bees, butterflies, and other pollinators. While walking through, you can see anywhere between 20 to 30 pollinators working through the blossoms while you're there. If you didn't get enough of nature while walking through the gardens, then you're in luck because there is an additional 2.5 miles of trails here. These trails take you through the natural sandhill forest and restored pinelands where you can see a number of different songbirds, turkeys, tortoises, and other animals that call this area home. If you found this information helpful, make sure that you hit that like button and subscribe if you would like to get more ideas like this to do during your Florida vacation. If you love botanical gardens as much as I do, make sure that you check out my next video on Lou Gardens, which just popped up on the screen. It's a beautiful botanical garden in Orlando, and you won't want to miss it. Until next time, everyone, I hope you have an amazing day and go out and enjoy some Florida sunshine.